Hey there everyone, it's Anthony. I'm back with another video here on single and placing and hitting the camera. Hi. Hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight. All of the things that are good. I hope you're doing well. And as always, make sure to leave in the comments how things are going for you. Today, we're going to be doing a little vlog, little walk-in chat, potentially a little mini hike and chat as well. I kind of have a plan on where we're going to go today. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on and catch up with everyone. Let's see here, what's my phone doing? Yeah, just wanted to catch up with everyone and let you know how things are going over here. But once again, let me know how you're doing. We've got the boy, and it is a nice sunny Wednesday. You might be able to see in my reflection, I've got my sun hat on, and I'm all coated up in some SPF. And so yeah, I figured we'd put in a few miles. Let me set my workout. Okay. Actually, do I want to do walk or hike? Let me end that. Let me do hike. So yeah, I just got off of work, and oh my gosh, this week has been, it's Wednesday, mind you. This week feels like it's been 2 weeks worth of work crammed into 3 days. I am just physically and mentally just drained of all life. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. So yeah, that's how I'm doing. Yeah, work has just been nutso. I've been mentioning it in previous vlogs. I have a big project that I'm working on for work, and a lot of this stress and feeling drained is of my own doing. But last week I was feeling really good. You know, things were kind of, a little quiet, and I was like, I might be able to finish up at least the first draft of this big project that I'm working on and be able to present it to my supervisor on Monday, which was, 2 days ago at the time of filming this. And so I sent her a calendar invite, and I was like, hey, I think I'll be ready to present, the first draft of this project to you. Essentially, I'm redoing our entire interview training, and it's a 2-hour training that I basically rewrote the script from scratch, redid the entire, training modules, all that stuff from scratch, because it hadn't been done in a long time. So just a huge, big old project. And so I wrote her, I was like, I should have some free time. This was like Wednesday of last week. I'll have some time and I should be able to get this draft wrapped up into you on Monday. So I sent her a calendar invite to do the presentation and stuff. Well, Friday of last week rolled around, and I was nowhere near as far along as I thought I'd be, because a bunch of new recruitments were coming in, and just a lot of other stuff was happening. And I was like, so of course, rather than just writing her and being like, hey, I messed up, I'm gonna need some more time, I was like, okay, I'll just work through the weekend, try to get this done. Oh, we might have a potty break. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Potty break. So yeah, I worked not full days over the weekend, but, a few hours each day. Still wasn't where I wanted to be with it. And so she had asked if we pushed it to Tuesday, which I was like, oh, thank gosh, saved by the bell, which gave me Monday to keep working on it. I worked on it Monday, and I was up until almost midnight Monday night trying to get this done and just cranking through it. I still have just a small, tiny little amount to get done, But by Monday night, I was like, I'm so burnt out. I've been sitting at this computer, over the weekend, all Monday night. I was like, I'm over it. So I presented it to her, and keep in mind, these are, it's a 2-hour training, and our meeting was only 30 minutes. So I was like, and this, and this, and this. And she's like, it looks good, we're going to incorporate some video elements too. So that's the next step. So it's what I needed to get done. I got done, and I was like, I'm nervous. I was like, I'm nervous to present this to you, and I'm just exhausted. And she's like, why didn't you just tell me? Because she was going on vacation. That's why Tuesday was kind of the last day before she left. She's like, why didn't you just tell me? We could have done it in a couple weeks. Like, there's no hard deadline to this. And I'm like, I know, but I gave myself a deadline and I wanted to stick to it. And she's like, well, you're the only one stressing yourself out. I don't mind. I'm like, I know, but if I commit to that timeline, then I want to get it done by then. She's like, just set it aside for a couple of weeks. That way you're not having to worry about it. And then we'll start talking about filming and stuff when I get back from vacation, because she's going to be in Europe for 2 weeks. So I was like, okay. So all that happened, and then we have a couple really big recruitments. I'm the senior recruiter, we'll just call my title that. And so anytime a higher level role comes through, it automatically gets assigned to me. Basically, any management levels are higher, typically. And so I have a director role that we're hiring for, several high-level management roles that we're hiring for, and they get, luckily, this is a good problem to have, but we're getting a ton of applicants. So I'm responsible for reviewing every resume, making sure that they meet the qualifications, checking to make sure, they meet some of those things that all employers, do you have the legal right to work in the US, blah, 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 check education, make sure that if they were previous employees that they're eligible for rehire, if they have any relatives working for the organization, make sure there's not going to be any conflict of interest there as far as what team they might be on, all of that stuff. So I have to do that for every resume, and we've had almost 300 resumes between the different positions that we're hiring for come through just in the past week and a half. So, it takes me a few minutes per application to verify everything and look over their resume and see if they would be a good fit. So it's a lot. And this all is happening, over the course of the past 5 business days. So I've been working so many extra hours just to try to keep up. So I'm just so drained, incredibly drained, but in a good way. I feel so accomplished. I feel like I got a ton done, but I'm done. I'm done. Luckily, this is Memorial Day weekend, and so I took tomorrow off Thursday. I already had Friday off, just with how my schedule works, and I have Monday. So I've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5-day weekend. That's just a baby bunny. It can't run that fast. 5-day weekend, but one of our high level, I guess I just call them executive level staff that I'm currently working with for a role, we need to have a touch base, and the only day that he could do it this week was tomorrow. So I've got to hop back online tomorrow, which is not a big problem. It should be about, an hour meeting tomorrow on my day off, kind of middle of the day, to have this meeting. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to do it until next week. I just wanted to get it knocked out. So I did have plans for us to, do some stuff tomorrow. Me and Apollo, I was like, maybe we'll just do a little mini day trip, but I've got to be back at my desk in the early afternoon. So, but we'll talk about life plans and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of how things are going for me. It's been wild. It's been wild. So, that's how work's going. But, oh, look at how beautiful, how pretty these flowers are. All the flowers are really starting to bloom here, here in Golden, and you can see the trees are starting to sprout their little sprouts, the ones that had been trimmed back for the winter. We've got leaves on the aspens. It's just bright green and beautiful here right now, and you'll get to see more of it here in a minute. Well, not a minute, but in a little bit. So that's what's going on with work. Outside of that, I got to go see my mom this past weekend, in between everything else going on. Her birthday was last Thursday, and I didn't get to see her for Mother's Day, so I went up and hung out with her and my brothers, and we just had some cake, and I brought her, she was like, don't bring me any more sweets or cake, because her friends took her up to Estes Park, Colorado, which we've been to a couple of times, and they rented a cabin or a house up there for a few nights, and they had gotten her a birthday cake and stuff, and she's like, I don't need any more sweets. So I was like, okay, I'm not getting you a cake, but I'm gonna get you something. And so I got her from one of my favorite it's a French/Korean bakery, and I got her some macaroons and brought those up. And so we had leftover cake from the one that her friends got her, and we just hung out and watched some TV and just relaxed for a little bit, and then I came back home, and yeah, that was about it. And then the night before, was that the Friday before or the night before Saturday, I went and had dinner with my friends Jackie, Jeff, and Laura. We went and did Italian, and we had a blast. It was so much fun. I'm such a sap. I'm such a little sensitive sap. I didn't say it, but we got done with dinner. We had a nice long dinner, and we were just laughing and having a great time. And I was thinking on the way home, I'm like, that totally refilled my little social battery. Like, I so needed a little dinner like that out with friends. So I'm thinking we're gonna do another one this weekend. But yeah, that was fun. And yeah, I'm trying to think of any other fun life stuff. You know what I'm gonna do before we dive into it is we're actually gonna be headed up. See where those power lines are up there? We're going up there. So you've got to hike all the way up here because I want to show you the views from up there, and I get really out of breath. It's pretty steep and switchbacky. So I'm going to stop talking for now. We'll switch over to some music so you can still come along. Then once I get to the top and catch my breath, we've got a decent amount of time up there. So I'll be able to keep squawking, but hang tight because it's uphill to the trailhead up here, and then very uphill. So hang tight, listen to some music. I'm not sure what genre I'll put up. Maybe I'll make it weird and funky. I'll put some music up, and then we'll keep talking once that's done. So stick around. This is not a whip and jam. Stick around. Okay. Holy Toledo. All right. Check out that view. Whew. Beautiful. Holy moly. Told you we were coming up to these electrical poles, everyone. Oh, they're not going this way. So yeah, that whole thing is about a mile to get up. Just a little bit longer, like 1.1 miles. And you gain just over 300 feet of elevation, which isn't a lot, but in a mile, it feels like it. Which is, you know, it's a decent little hike, and then you get up here onto the plateau, and then it's flat, well, kind of hilly all around, but it's like a kind of cone-shaped plateau, so it drops off on all sides. I don't know if plateau is the right term for that, but so if we kept walking straight, we'd end up going down. It's like an elevated island, essentially. But we're gonna head, now we're walking north back towards the direction of the house. But depending on how I'm feeling, we might take a little detour. But yeah, it really gets you. It really gets you. My heart is a thumping and a pumping. Oh, my goodness. So yeah, you can go this way, and there's another path down. You can go that way, and it goes all the way around. Kind of that way is kind of where I used to live. And you can actually walk to my old house from here if you really wanted to, but be a long walk. But one of the big motivators to get your little tuk-tus up that hill is mountain bikers are coming down. And it always freaks me out because they like to go fast, and so I have to quickly pull Apollo to the side, and they just go zipping by. And yeah, so I like to just get up here because it's a wider trail, and so I can see them coming, and then I can, you know, obviously hear them approaching if they're coming up from behind, but it's wider, so they have a wide berth if they need to get past, whereas on the way up, it's more narrow. And there's a lot of cyclists up here today. So, yeah. So this is South Table Mountain is what this is called. My word. I put on some music, and I think I got through like 5 songs to get up here, so I'm like trying to think about how many songs I'll need to pull down from the music service I use for videos. Like, okay, I'll probably need about 6 or 7 because those songs are usually shorter. But I hope you got some good views. If you skipped over the music, you might want to go take a look, but we'll get some good views as well from here on out. If you look straight ahead, you might not be able to see it, but there's a path kind of carved down the side of that hill. That's where we're actually going to head down. That spits us out right over by the house. So we've got to go all the way around and over there. So we've got some time. What do you smell? Come on, Sniffy. Let's go. Oh my word. We both had a bunch of water before we left. And so it gets us by. It's not a long hike, but it's actually, that was the most strenuous part, was just that piece. So we're good, but as soon as we get back, he'll drink a bunch of water, I'll drink a bunch of water. But it's nice to have a little place like this right next to the house. And it's kind of crazy that we have all this literally, you know, a couple blocks out the door. It's much better than where I used to live when we'd go on our walk-in vlogs. You know, where we used to go is just kind of down the alleys, but behind the grocery store and, you know, all that stuff, and just, you know, surface streets. And now, right out the door, we've got this, and it has really been helping with my, you know, little health kick that I'm trying to be on. It was funny because when I went to Joe and Spencer's birthday party a few weekends ago, there's a couple folks there that I hadn't seen in a while, and I came in, and one of them was like, "Hi, Anthony, you look so good." And someone else was like, "Yeah, when you walked in," she was like, "Is that Anthony?" And so that was very nice, very flattering. And then on over the weekend when I went to have Italian with Jackie and Jeff and Laura, hold on, stay. Hi. When I went with Jackie and Jeff and Laura for dinner, Jackie hadn't seen me since the birthday party, and she was like, "That's such a cute shirt." And I was like, "Thank you." I was wearing this short sleeve button-up floral shirt that I haven't been able to fit into in pre-pandemic, so 4 years. I haven't worn that shirt. I've just kept it with me just in case someday I'll be able to wear it again, because I really like it. It's kind of like a linen-y looking shirt, and it's got little white flowers all over it. It's really cute, but it's a slim fit, and like a size too small for me typically. I was getting ready for dinner. I was like, let me slip this on and just see if I actually fit into it now. And I did. I was like, oh my gosh. And like with room to spare, like it wasn't like I was cramming myself in this shirt. And so they're like, "That's such a cute shirt." It's like, "Thank you." And she's like, "You are skinny as bleep." And I was like, "Really?" And she's like, "You look so good. Like, what is going on?" And then Laura was in the bathroom. Come on, I don't know what that was. I don't want you sniffing for snakes. Laura was in the bathroom. She came out. She's like, "Oh my God, Anthony, you look so good." And I was like, "Thank you." So it's nice to, you know, be flattered by that or have that acknowledgement from time to time, because sometimes I feel like I'm not making any forward progress, but I guess I am, and I'm not making any huge changes to, well, I guess I am. This is kind of the biggest change, is we do big long walks and hikes like this every single day. Sometimes on my work from home days we do it in the morning too. So like on Monday we did this twice, which ends up being about 8 miles. And tomorrow I'll do the same thing. I'm going to do this in the morning and in the evening. And so yeah, it's working. I think I'm down a little over 20 pounds, I think. And a lot of it, not a lot of it's from, like, I'm not building a lot of muscle, unfortunately. I just started doing like crunches and leg lifts and push-ups and planks in my bedroom in the morning. So I just started doing that because I'd like to develop some more muscle, but I'm just losing a lot of just like, I think just excess weight. And so I've still got plenty of folds and flaps and jiggles and jangles. It's just smaller, I guess. I don't know. But it feels good. And on Monday, when we came up here in the evening, I actually jogged as much as I could in spurts. So I was able to jog a good portion of that uphill. I was jogging on a lot of this straightaway, but just for the sake of keeping the camera from bouncing, I'll refrain from that. And yeah, just lots, like wearing khaki pants that were kind of slim fit that I haven't been able to fit into in a long time, and my normal relaxed pants, like the jeans, the shorts I'm wearing right now, I have to wear a belt on like pretty much everything. So it feels good, and I'm trying not to like put a label on it or make it a big deal, because that's usually when I start self-sabotaging. Or I'll be like, ooh, I hit a milestone, I can go back to doing what I was doing. But it's so much easier to get exercise or push myself to do stuff like this because I have to give Apollo walks. You know, he's on a timer. Once 3:30, 4 p.m. hits and he knows that it's time for me to wrap up from work, he's got his head in my lap, he's pawing at me, he's like, let's go. And so now I've just been trying to make decisions on where we walk that are more strenuous, so like this, as opposed to just walking around town. But I didn't do it with him yesterday. We just went around town because I was just so exhausted. My legs hurt, my stomach hurt from doing the crunches and all that stuff. My arms hurt, and so I was like, I'm not doing the hike again today. I was like, we'll do it tomorrow, which is today, so here we are. So hopefully I'll build up enough stamina so we can do this loop or something similar here in town every day, because it gets my calves are the things that are sore still today, and my butt. But it feels good. It's a good pain, I guess. But I haven't really changed too much about my diet. In fact, my diet's been kind of poopy this week, just from the stress of work. When I feel like I can't get away from my computer because I've got too much to do, I just ordered DoorDash. And so I ordered DoorDash, and then we were gonna make chicken and veggies last night, but my roommate texted me, he's like, I'm stuck in traffic and I got off of work late. I'm not gonna be home until 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I think I just wanna hit the hay. It's been a long day. I was like, you're telling me I am burnt out, I'm over it, I don't wanna do anything. So we just ordered pizza. So this whole week so far has been a lot of fast food. So I've got to curb that the rest of this week now that I'm off. Start making meals again and be better about that. So, but doing good, feeling pretty good. Just tired and a little overworked from work. So, but it's okay. It ebbs and it flows, and I think the reason it feels so much right now is just because it has been quiet for a while. So even though this is not maximum workload by any means, just that shift, churning the dial up so quickly, even a little bit, is just like, oh, whoa, I need to recalibrate. So that's kind of where we're at right now. But yeah, what else? Life stuff. So my mom got her email because she had signed up to go to Casa Bonita. She got her email that she was able to get tickets. So we're going on the Friday before my birthday. And so we're going to Casa Bonita, me, her, and my brothers for my birthday. And then the next day we're going to Waterworld, or I'm going to Waterworld with friends. So that'll be a fun birthday weekend. And then my cousin sent me a text message. She's like, hey, I got my email to get Casa Bonita tickets. Do you want me to send the email to you, forward it to you so you can have them? And I was like, oh, Mom just got some too. So this will already be the second time. What is it? What is it that you're smelling? This will be the second time I'm going already, but she doesn't have to book anything until July. So I was like, well, do you want to fly out here? Do you want to drive? And she's like, I have too many trips planned already. I can't swing a specific trip just to come have dinner, as cool as that dinner may be. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll keep you posted, and if I decide I want to go a third time, or if I have some friends that want to go and I can get a group together, I'll let you know. And she's like, okay. So I need to ask around, because I still have some more friends that really want to go. So I might just do that, just have her send them to me, because I think you can do a maximum of 10 people per opening. So might have to get some friends together and do another trip. So I may be able to go 3 times this, or yeah, 3 times this year so far. Come on, let's go. So yeah, what else? Oh, Cedar Point, that's gonna be coming up in not this weekend, but 2 weekends after that. So I guess, yeah, 3 weeks away-ish, 2.5 weeks away. So I am beyond thrilled. I think last time we spoke, I had mentioned that there was that special event ticket for Coaster Mania, which is a yearly event that they do for roller coaster enthusiasts, to be able to have special access and special stuff with the park. Well, I got one. I got a ticket. I won't bury the lead. I got a ticket. I was following their marketing manager on Twitter, because he usually would announce when the tickets are going up a few hours before they would actually go up. Well, there's been a bunch of drama over at Cedar Point with their new roller coaster. They're working on the wheels or something, so it opened for like a few days and then it closed, and it hasn't reopened since. And so there was all this scuttlebutt and backlash and drama within the theme park community about it, and he's the marketing director, so of course he's taking the brunt of it. So, you know, I'm sitting there on Twitter trying to refresh like every 30 minutes at home or at work, and was getting up in the middle of the night to check, and it was just a lot of like, you know, people complaining about the new roller coaster being down, and just a lot of entitled nonsense from a lot of people. It's like, who cares? You know, like, it's so funny when you're part of like these little communities like diamond painting or theme parks or skincare or makeup. Any drama that gets kicked up is like such a big deal within that group. But if you're not really in part of that community or group and you're just looking outside in, it just seems so like stupid. So that people are just going on and on about complaining about it. And it's like, you do realize it's a roller coaster, right? Like, what are you keep in mind, this roller coaster has been closed for like 4 years, and they just reopened it. So it's like, it's not like it's being taken away. Like, none of it makes any sense to me, like why people are so up in arms. Come on, let's go. Hold on just a second. But yeah, I think there's like 16 roller coasters there. Like, there's so much to do. It's like, why are we putting up such a stink about like one ride when there's like a plethora of things to do there? It just makes no sense. I get people being disappointed or bummed, but people are like, get your S together, blah, 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 like cursing them out, and like, it was just crazy, and just constant back and forth. You guys took the cheap road by utilizing this manufacturer and blah, blah, blah. And then other people are like, that's right. And it's like, what? Like, what? What? So, but I'm on there looking at all this because I'm just waiting for the gun to go off for this special event. Well, he had announced that the itinerary for the event was confirmed. He was just waiting on approval from the higher ups, and then the tickets would go on sale. And this was on May 1st, I believe. Yeah, I think May 1st. And then all of this stuff happened with their new roller coaster, I think on the 8th of May or 9th. So, of course, all their, the focus went to putting out this fire. So the announcement for these tickets just wasn't happening. And so all of last week, at the beginning of the week, that's all people on Twitter on this guy's page were complaining about. Where are the Coaster Mania tickets? Well, this is ridiculous. This is unacceptable. And I guess whoever the marketing manager before this guy, I don't know his name, but apparently he was much loved by the roller coaster community. And they're like, so-and-so wouldn't do us dirty like this, blah, blah, blah. I've been planning I already bought all my stuff. And you had better not reschedule it, because there was like scuttlebutt that they might reschedule it because of the roller coaster. And then this one lady was like, my husband runs an auto body shop, and he takes walk-ins, and the majority of our income comes from those walk-ins. And so we need to know right now whether or not, when tickets go on sale so he can plan around it. Because, if he marks those off of his calendar and doesn't take walk-ins, and then you cancel this damn event, then he's going to be out that money, and who's going to pay us the $800 a day that we're out? Just like, so ridiculous. It's like, no one's asking, like, no one's forcing you to go to this. Like, just don't, if you're that worried that something's going to get changed, or you just feel like you're in limbo, guess what? Don't go, sweetheart. It's that simple. But like, people just like, rationale and level-headedness just does not exist in Facebook or Twitter. Hi. But it was kind of, even though it was annoying to have to just watch all this waiting for him to announce the tickets, because I'm just like, refresh, okay, nothing yet, refresh. It was kind of a good reminder that no matter which group or community you belong to, if people are like interested in something or passionate about something and they've got access to social media, then you're gonna have some like poopy people, or just people that come out of the woodwork with comments and stuff. That's the same no matter where you go. Like, there's just certain personalities that just kind of suck in that way, I guess. So it kind of made me feel like, oh, okay, well, it happens here too. I remember it happening in beauty and skincare when I was kind of in the mix there, seeing all that stuff. So of course it's going to happen in diamond painting too. So now it's like even more reassurance, like, don't let anything get to you. Just make whatever content you want. It doesn't matter who dislikes you, or pops into one of my videos after never commenting on one of mine is like, disgusting. It's just like, whatever. Like, it happens everywhere. There's always going to be those people that are just like looking for pools to poop in, So yeah, it just kind of made me chuckle. I'm like, oh, this is just certain humans being certain humans. So I'm completely, feel good about just making the content I want to make, doing what I want to do, sending it out there. And as long as I know that I've got, good intentions, and, or I know my own intentions, or I'm not trying to come at anything maliciously or trying to like purposely cause rage, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be those folks out there that just can't help themselves but be upset at everything around them. So Oh, hold on. Hold on, everyone. Whew. Oh my word. So this is, we might have come up here before. I think maybe with my phone camera. But this is the very, very, very ippity dippity tippity top of South Table. Oh, my little heart's gonna explode. Look at how beautiful and green. It's like Jurassic Park. Sorry, everyone. So you can see how far up we are. It's quite the long way down. There's the Coors plant. There's North Table. We're on South Table. This is facing west towards the foothills. And yeah, you can see kind of, oh, it's so far away. But we walk down by the plant right there, go over, you can see the creek. We go under that bridge and then up the creek and back around. That's our normal walk. And I'll point out where the house is. It's over here. Geez Louise, Apollo, who agreed to come up here? Is that you? Did you say you wanted to come up here? You trying to kill me? Your dad's too chunky for this. Your dad's too chunky. Okay. So let me see. Oh, you can't really see the house from here because there's trees in the way, but let me see. I can't see my finger in the viewfinder. But if you look straight ahead, there's one building kind of dead center down there that's a little bit bigger than the others, and it has like an olive green wall or side to it. That's the Natural Grocers, and our house is right next to that. So we started there, we walked up, all the way around here, and then we're gonna head back down and get spit out down here. You'll see. But I love this view. It's really pretty at night too. This land is actually, I believe, owned by Coors, but I think it's like, you know, good faith, or they want to play nice with the community. So I think they partner with the Parks Department, and they have it open for hikers and cyclists and stuff. But I've come up here in years past and had lunch and hung out. I think this is only Apollo's like third or fourth time coming up here, because usually we don't come all the way when we've been doing our hikes. We don't come all the way up here. We stop down at the fork and go back down. We don't come all the way up. There's usually a lot of people up here, which is surprising that we've got it to ourselves. But yeah, you can see how far down it is. Okay, you're too close to the edge, and as am I. I'm scared of heights. Your dad's a scaredy cat. Okay, but we'll start making our way down because we both need some water. I need to get a little fanny pack or a little belt that has a water bottle on it. I just don't like carrying it. But yeah, we'll eventually make our way down. You see the little cut in the hill there? That's the path back down. So that's what we'll be doing. Actually, I don't think I've been down that one. We usually go on another one. but it spits you out essentially at the same spot. So, but yeah, I love it up here. Now, this is looking south, straight south. That's Green Mountain, which we've also hiked on before. So you've actually been on a lot of stuff. Up there where those phone towers are, that's Lookout Mountain, which you've been up as well. So you've actually done a lot of hikes with me, everyone, all around this area. And then you might not be able to see it in this camera, itty bitty, but if you look straight ahead, that's downtown Denver, all those big buildings popping out of nowhere. Yeah, it's downtown. So yeah. Anyway, that was a good little break. You want to start making our way back? Let's go. Let's get you some water, buddy. There's a nice breeze coming through, so it's not like deadly hot, but that sun will get you. That sun will get you. And we've got 20 minutes before I need to reapply SPF. Oh, I brought it with me. I wanted to show you all. But let's get down these steps. So anyway, so yeah, people are just complaining, and not everybody. You know, there's some people that were like, just keep us posted. Tony is his name. His name's also Anthony. Keep us posted, Tony. And you know, we'll be ready and waiting for those tickets when they go live. If you could, is this the right way? No, I'm getting lost. I'm getting myself turned around. Keep us posted, Tony. If you could give us a heads up, you know, in advance, that'd be great. But once again, it's one of those things where, like, you know, there was some, you know, circumstances outside of anyone's control. They're doing the best they can. And I do understand people's frustration. You know, they do have to plan travel and stuff if they want to make it to this event. And we're only a few weeks away from it. So I get it. But at the same time, it's like, this isn't make or break, you know, like, this isn't something that is absolutely necessary either. So they're doing the best they can given the current situation, is kind of how I saw it. Come on, get it together. Get it together. Don't get distracted. So anyway, you know, some people were like, you know, no issues whatsoever. I was in the camp of no issues. Because I think I had told everyone, if I didn't get that ticket, I was still going to go, and everything's already booked. I would just get a regular park pass and just, you know, go as a regular, you know, park goer. I didn't need to be part of the special event. But the next day, so last Tuesday, I believe, no, it was last Thursday, he posted, tickets are now on sale. No warning, no heads up or anything like that. Luckily, I once again was refreshing my phone every 20 minutes or so. And so he had posted that like 8 minutes before I had checked. I went on the site, snagged my ticket, and they were sold out within like half an hour. They were like gone. Because I think they only do, 800 or 1,000 of those tickets, which sounds like a lot, but to have an entire theme park to yourself, or, you know, to that group, that's a very small group. And so I'll go over, I have the itinerary, so I'll share that with you. But yeah, I got a ticket, and of course, back on Twitter, people were like, oh my gosh, I was at work, or I had this or that. How dare you not give us, you know, a day's notice or whatever. Like, you're never going to make anyone happy, you know. And I was like, I was working, you know, I was taking, you know, doing my normal job. I just had my phone sitting next to me on the desk. And when I remember, I just hit refresh on Twitter to make sure I wasn't missing anything, and then just go back to work. It wasn't like I was staring at my phone, you know, with, you know, eyes locked on it the whole time. So it's just like, people are just, you know, not everyone. I love you guys. But, you know, it's just like, no one can win, you know? And what's funny is a lot of these people that are like just complaining and complaining and complaining the whole time, then they had hopped on there and they're like, got my ticket, can't wait to see everyone, heart, heart, heart. And it's like, you were being such a monster this entire time until you had the opportunity to rub it in other people's faces that you got what you wanted and they didn't, you know. Hold on. Okay, this is the first time I've made Apollo carry his own poo, so we'll see how this goes. I doubt he's gonna enjoy that, but I am not carrying that all the way back down. Come on. Come on. Hi. So yeah, I hung around on there just long enough to see, you know, people, you know, gloating and other people complaining. I was like, yeah, I got what I needed from following this one person on Twitter. So I just deleted it. I was like, I got what I needed from this. I don't want to get sucked into staying around for more drama. Like, I got the announcement, I got my ticket, I'm out. So, yeah, but let's talk Coaster Mania, because my timeline was off from what I had told you earlier. It's going to be a brutal day. A brutal day. So I don't know if I'm going to bring diamond painting with me, because I was like, oh, I'll diamond paint at night. I mean, I guess anyway, we'll talk about it. Let me get to the Cedar Point site. Cedar Point. Okay. Coaster Mania, June 7th. Sold out. Okay. And we'll also talk about the price, because that also kind of shocked me. Okay, so I get into Cleveland on Thursday afternoon on the 6th, and I'll, check into the hotel. We've talked all about that. So I guess that night, Thursday night, the night before the event, I don't have a park ticket. I didn't think it was worth it to do it the day before, because I get in the afternoon. Just didn't think it was worth it. So I do have that day, that night, that afternoon and evening to do something. Come on. Let's go. To do something. So I guess I could bring a diamond painting, and if I really wanted to, I could do that Thursday night. But I may just want to call it an early night, because on Friday, we have to be at the gate, the side gate, at 6:30 in the morning is when check-in starts. 6:30 in the morning. So I've got to be up, showered, ready to rock and roll, breakfast in, all of that good stuff at 6:30 for check-in. Come here. Let's go this side. Check-ins from 6:30 until 10. People can kind of trickle in, but I'm going to be right there. The hotel I'm staying at is literally right next to that entrance, so I plan on getting there at 6:30. I want to get in, get things going. And get things going. So check-in will be available at the Magnum XL 200 gate only. Bring your event ticket, which I already have saved on my phone. From 6:30 to 10 is when you check in. Then at 7, the Magnum XL 200 gate opens. So that first 30 minutes is just probably getting the first few people checked in, kind of getting life together, and then the gate actually opens to the park at 7 a.m. No other gates will be open at this time, so that's the only way to get in for the event, which works for me because it's the one closest to my hotel. And if I can remember, maybe I'll just save it for the event. But I saved a picture of the cabins to send to my cousin, and she's like, "This is gorgeous." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm super excited." But maybe I'll wait till I get to take my own pictures. So anyway, all right. So at 7:30 to 9 is exclusive ride time on Millennium Force. So that's one of these are all roller coasters. So that's from 7:30 to 9. So the park's closed until 10. So it's pretty much, what was I going to say? So it's just the people for the event that are there. So the park is closed. We'll get to go on that ride. That ride has, this is how much of a nerd I'm being about this. I've been watching a lot of videos talking about ride capacities because I'm like, okay, if it's from 7:30 to 10, how many people can ride that ride in an hour and a half? Otherwise, I'm trying to figure out, will I get to go on it multiple times? And it seems like everyone will probably get to go on the ride, each roller coaster, if every single person for the event is there at the ride, you'd get to go twice. I'm assuming that not everyone for the entire event will be on every single one. They might be doing other things or getting there later. So this is if all X amount of people show up in that line at the same time, between 7 and 9, everyone would get to go on it approximately twice. That's how much of a nerd I am. So anyway, so that's Millennium Force. And then from 7:30 to 10, so an extra hour tacked on to that, exclusive ride time on Magnum XL 200. So both roller coasters will be doing their exclusive ride time at the same time, but Magnum XL 200 gets an extra hour tagged on to that. And so that's why I'm saying I don't believe every single person will be at each one. They kind of have it so the groups will be split up a little bit, which is good. So we may, I may get to go on each one 3-4 times, depending on what that looks like. So that's kind of cool. That's also supposed to be exclusive ride time for Top Thrill 2, which is that new roller coaster that they closed down for updates and just kind of reworking it. So they state here that they're not sure if it's going to be open by then, and if it isn't, they'll have, if it isn't, they'll have an alternate ride set up for us to do instead. And I don't really mind. I mean, it'd be really cool to go on that ride. Obviously, it'd be really exciting to ride that this year that reopened. But I also understand that things happen. And even if that ride hadn't have opened this year, I probably still would have done this. I wouldn't have waited an extra year. I still would have done this, and I'm still going to have a fantastic time. So it's a lot of people are hung up on that, and I just don't care. Like, I've been dreaming about this trip for literal decades, so I'm like, whatever, So anyway, so those two rides you'd have access to during 7:30 to 10. Come on. Of course, if that big new ride is open, that's the first one I'll go on in the morning, because that's probably the first one everyone's going to want to go on. And I'll probably just do that once, because I'm sure people are going to want to go on that one again and again. So hopefully the lines for the other two rides that are open at the same time will be pretty quiet. At least that's what I would imagine. So anyway, so then from 9 to 10, you have exclusive ride time on Raptor and Valraven, so 2 more coasters, just in that 1 hour. That's the hour before the park opens. So like I said, a lot of these are stacked, so it's not like it's one, then the next, like they walk you around. You kind of have to make some decisions on which ones you want to do. So I'll figure that out once it gets closer to the date or the night before. I might write down in my phone, like, these are the ones you want to do. So yeah, and then we have from 10 to noon is the souvenir distribution. So we get to pick up a commemorative Coaster Mania pin and a Made to Thrill event poster. So you get a cool pin and an event poster specific for this year's event, which I'm really excited about. I'm checking a bag so I can bring home souvenirs and stuff, and I don't have to worry about fussing with things on the plane. I am very much the type of flyer that likes to fly very minimally with the stuff I have as carry-on. So maybe an over-the-shoulder bag, maybe. If not, just my phone, really. Maybe a small little bag with some travel-size skincare so I can do like a sheet mask and stuff on the plane. But otherwise, I just bring my phone and maybe some stuff I can fit in my pockets. And then I just check everything because I do not like fussing with stuff, and I like getting through security quickly. I'm pretty minimalist on planes. Get on, get off, you know? And yeah, so I'll be able to bring some souvenirs home and stuff, even if it's like a half-empty bag that I check. Okay. So then, come on, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. From 10 a.m. until 5 p.m., we have the Coaster Mania Cruise. Cruise tickets will be distributed at morning check-in. They're unable to exchange timed cruise tickets in your entire part if your entire party is not present. So plan accordingly. So essentially, you go, you sign up, they'll give you a ticket based on first come, first serve as far as times go. So it's not just like a whenever you want, roll up. That I would assume they maybe do them every hour. I'm not sure. But they'll give you a time, a ticket and a time to go on your cruise. So if I had to pick, I'd probably want to do it towards the end of the day. So I have time to do all the roller coasters and stuff. So I'd probably pick one of the later times, I guess. Let's keep reading. We're going to board at the Cedar Point Marina, and that's when we go on our cruise. So that'll be cool to see the park from the water. Yeah. From 1 to 3, you have a special access photo op at the Top Thrill 2 infield. So that means, you know, where the roller coaster is, you get to go on the infield, you know, on the other side of the gates where you're usually not allowed to go. You get to go in there and take pictures and stuff. Kind of inside the ride, I guess is the best way to describe that. And that's continuous. You can arrive anytime between 1 and 3, so no set time there. You're going to enter at the Top Thrill 2 locker redemption. So even if the roller coaster's closed, we'll still get to go and do that. So that'll be cool. Ready, spin. We've been practicing when I've been jogging. I've been jogging downhill too. So I have to practice getting him to ease up when we're going around those corners because they get kind of steep and I don't want to fall, and then get him to go faster on the straightaways, slow down on steeper parts. So I'm doing a lot of like easy, easy, okay, go, 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 easy, easy. And he seems to really like it. So yeah, we'll usually jog down this. But we're making our way back down. And then from 5:30 to 7, so you know what I might do is I might book my cruise for 4 if I do get the luck of the pick of the draw, whatever it's called, pick of the litter. I would do 4 o'clock because then that means that I'll have had a chance to do the photo op, all of the morning rides. Then that'll give me an hour after the photo op to regroup, do something else, maybe go on a ride or something, and then, or give me time to walk over to the marina, and then do a 4 to 5, because then at 5:30 to 7 is dinner. And dinner's at the Lakeside Pavilion, which I looked up and it looks awesome. I'm assuming they'll have a preset menu, but I was taking a peek-see-poo at some of their offerings and I was like, this looks pretty good. So dinner's provided at Lakeside Pavilion from 5:30 to 7. I guess it's the entire time from 5:30 to 7. an hour and a half for dinner. Oh, that's a little long, but you never know. Maybe there's like mingling and stuff going on. So there's that. Then from 7 to 8, come on, bud. Come on, sniffy boy. From 7 to 8, we have a conversation and Q&A about Top Thrill 2 featuring the VP of Maintenance and Construction, Mike. So poor Mike, if that roller coaster isn't open, he's going to have a lot of fun questions to answer from all these fussy people. But we'll see. Maybe people will be kind and respectful, but based on what I've seen on Twitter, but it's different when you're in person, you know, when people actually have to, you know, say it with their own mouth and you can see their face and they're not hiding behind a screen. And people tend to get a little bit more subdued with their all caps, you know, so we'll see. But I'm curious to see how that Q&A goes, because I'm not really a coaster guy. Like, I don't know all the different manufacturers and, you know, all of that stuff. Like, I just like the fun of it. All the technical stuff I'm not super familiar with, so I'll be curious to hear what all these enthusiasts have to ask and all that stuff, get a little insider knowledge. So that's from 7 to 8. Then you have 2 hours free to yourself. I will most likely be going back to my hotel room and regrouping, probably charging up the phone. We'll see, you know, just kind of piece it together. I would also assume this might be time where people once again are just mingling and chit-chatting and stuff, and maybe chatting with some of the Cedar Point staff. So maybe I'll hang out around, you know, rub elbows and stuff. We'll see. And then from 10 to 11, so the park closes at 8. Keep that in mind. So I don't know what they're going to do with us from 8 to 10 if the park's technically closed, like if they'll have something going on for us. That's not clear here. So maybe I'll just have to go back to my hotel room. I don't know. I doubt that they would kick everybody out, because from 10 to 11, we're back on again. Exclusive ride time on Wilderness Run, Woodstock Express, and Gemini. I believe those first two are kiddie coasters, which at first I was like, yeah, I'm not going to go on any of those, even though it'd be cool to say I rode every roller coaster. I don't want to ride on a ride with a bunch of kids. That seems weird. I would not do that. But the park will be closed, so they're only open to the folks that are there for the event, which seems more appropriate. So I will do that. So those 3 rides are open from 10 to 11, so knock those out. And then from 10:45-ish, it says. I think the reason it says that, I'm not sure why it says ish, but it does say ish. 10:45-ish until 12:30 the next morning. Exclusive ride time on Steel Vengeance, which is the one roller coaster that I do want to ride on as many times as it makes sense to. That's the wooden roller coaster that they converted, and so now it has like corkscrews and loops and all sorts of crazy stuff. It's ranked one of the best roller coasters in the world. So I do want to go on that one, and it'll be so cool to go on that at night, because not a lot of people get to do that. So that'll be awesome. 10:45 to 12, and then Maverick is another steel roller coaster, another really highly regarded, one of the best in the world roller coasters. So there's going to be a ton of people doing that. I'm guessing by that time, the folks that have brought their kiddos to this event and stuff like that may have already left, you know. So this might also kind of limit the amount of people from that event that are going to be going. So I'm hoping that I get to ride those multiple times each, especially since we're given an hour and 45 minutes to do both, and they're pretty close to each other as far as the lines go from what I remember. So I could see myself just going back and forth as many times as I can. So that's the whole event. It starts at 6 in the morning and then ends at 12:30 in the a.m. the following day, going into Saturday. So, are we not doing leashes today? Or, hold on. Okay, sorry. Off-leash dog. She was like, I stopped back there. She saw that, you know, I was approaching. She's like, do you want me to leash her? I'm like, it's not, well, yes, but it's not that I want you to. It's that the law states that she should be, you know, like, this isn't, it doesn't say keep your dog's leash based on your personal preference. Ugh, so annoying. So annoying. You're not allowed to push people down mountains, but you can imagine pushing people down mountains. I think that's fine. Anyway, so that's the full day. That's the full day. It's gonna be wild. I'm gonna be exhausted. Absolutely exhausted, but it's gonna be awesome. And I like a little bit of structure. Most of the time, I'd say 80% of the time, I like a vacation or a trip with some structure to it. I do like a little do whatever you want, but I originally thought they were just going to say, all right, between now and now, between this time and this time, you have exclusive ride time on these 6, 8 roller coasters, whatever, and it was just do as you wish and go into each one, which ignited a little bit of preemptive stress in me because I'm like, well, which one's going to be the most popular and which, you know, what's the ideal route to go to maximize how many times. But the fact that they have it broken down pretty much ride by ride, some of them have 2, some of them have 3, which I think is based on their capacity from what I've researched. So they know that they can put two rides in the same hour-and-a-half block because they're just going to crank through people. Whereas some of the other ones may need a little bit more time. So, because their capacity is lower. So I like that they did that. It seems well thought out. And I am on a Facebook group for Cedar Point now, so I was asking them, like, should I get the meal ticket for that day? Yeah, should I go ahead and get the meal ticket for that day? And they're like, no, because you're gonna get fed dinner, and so the only thing you're gonna be buying is lunch, maybe a coffee or something in the morning, and so those 2 things will cost less than the day meal plan. So it's like, okay, that makes sense. And they're like, even if, you know, it's one day, so even if you spend $10 more than the meal plan would have been, it's not the end of the world. I was still thinking I might do it though, because you get unlimited beverages and I can foresee myself being really thirsty throughout all of this. It's gonna be a ton of walking and stuff. So I may still get it, you know, it's $45, I might just do it. And then I had also asked, because I have a park ticket the following day on Saturday, so that's why I'm thinking like maybe diamond painting might not be that practical, because I'm not gonna get back to my hotel room to probably like 1 a.m., if not later, you know, leaving the park, maybe chatting with some folks, till 1 a.m. And so, hold on. And then the park opens back up again, I believe at 9 the next morning, or 10, 9 or 10. So then I'll have, you know, 8 or 9 hours to sleep, get back up, get ready, get back in the park. So on Saturday. So I'm like, okay, I won't be able to do anything that day. So really the only time I'll really have is Saturday at the end of the day, but that's going to be another full day at the park. So I'm like, I'm probably going to be already zapped from Friday. I'm going to be going into Saturday like a zombie and then spending another full day in the theme park. So I'm like, I'm probably going to come back home on Saturday, or come back to the hotel on Saturday and be like, absolutely not, where is the bed, you know? So we'll see. I can't believe this is, oh, we got 4% battery. I was gonna say, I can't believe this is still recording. Hold on just 1 second. Okie dokie, sorry about that. Swap the battery out. But yeah, on Saturday, you know, I'll be running on 8-9 hours of sleep after a 18-hour day of just craziness, or however many hours that ends up being. So I can imagine that I'm going to be pretty zonked, but you know, you can get one roller coaster in you. I'm sure my energy will come back. Flipping upside down a couple times, I'll be back at it. And I do have the meal plan that day. I'll probably eat breakfast at the cabin. But that might be, I'm thinking what I'll do that day is any of the roller coasters that either I didn't get a chance to ride as much as I wanted, or whatever my favorites were, I'll try to hit those up on Saturday, you know, re-ride some of those. I have the Fast Lane Plus for that day, which was $170 just for the line skipping pass. But I have that so I can skip the line on the majority of the big rides, you know, get some more time in on those, and then probably just, you know, just kind of randomly just pick stuff to go on. And then I believe at 3 o'clock, one of the YouTubers, the theme park YouTubers that I've been following to learn more about Cedar Point, they're doing a meet and greet at 3 p.m. on the beach. So I signed up to go do that. So they said they're going to be doing snacks and just chit-chatting and having a couple drinks and stuff. And then after that, apparently Cedar Point does shows, like little, you know, stage shows. And so they're really excited to go see it because that Saturday is opening day for that show. That weekend's the opening day for that show. So we're all going to go down and watch that show. So I may end up just doing some of the bigger rides that would typically have longer lines, knocking a lot of that stuff out during the morning, and then hanging out with some YouTube-y, you know, coaster enthusiast friends for the rest of the afternoon and evening, and see where the night takes me. I'm not really sure. Because it'd be cool to meet some new people. Hold on. Now I gotta get this thing off of you. Yuck. Okay. So that's the game plan for Saturday. And my strategy on Friday also is to get there for check-in first thing. Be like one of the first people in line, super friendly, super ready, because, you know, like I said, I've seen some people with these fussy, very entitled attitudes that are going to be there. At least, you know, they said, I got my ticket, you know, that stuff. So I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of gimme going on during this event for a lot of people, because they just feel entitled. Which brings me to the price of this. This ticket, this included the park ticket and the special event, was $99. The normal daily park ticket is like $60. So you're paying like an extra $30 to be there hours before and hours after the park opens. A cruise, a little cruise, mind you, but still. Dinner, all that stuff for like an extra $30 on top of what you would have normally paid. It's dirt cheap for the stuff that you get. And this is really Cedar Point's kind of like appreciation of their enthusiasts and people that love their rides and love the park and follow along with them. Like, it's all about a thank you to these folks. And they keep the price rock bottom. Like, they're absolutely losing money out on this. You know, with the staff that they have to keep employed before and after hours and pay time and a half for or whatever, the crews, you know, renting those, I'm sure they own these, but, you know, even the gas to take people on cruises all day, paying for all this food, putting together all this stuff, like, this is a loss for them top to bottom. So the fact that people are coming in here, you know, yelling and screaming and cursing out the marketing director because they didn't get their tickets when they believe they should have gotten them. It just is so, it's so gross. So I am like, I'm going to be very thankful, which I am. This is my first time going. I know I'm just going to be beaming. So very appreciative, very thankful. Get there on time. Do as I'm told. Get where I'm supposed to be going. And I also am like, find any opportunity to lend a hand. If they need help, handing something out. If they need help, I walk into a room where they're setting up chairs for like the Q&A and they need, they're still setting up chairs. Grab a chair, help, put stuff, set stuff up. Pick up trash after people start leaving a room or they get off the cruise. Pick up trash as you're getting off the boat. Make sure that whatever I can do to lend a hand, I am. Not only because I think that's the right thing to do, and I'm such a chair pusher in her, I would do that anyway, but I'm like, you never know. Karma, as Jojo Siwa said, no, I'm kidding. Karma can come back around, and it can come back around really quickly. Maybe I'll have the opportunity to see or do something that I wouldn't have been able to had I been Mr. Gimme, 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 don't care about anything, So I'm like, you never know. Maybe someone will be like, hey, we've got this thing, or hey, do you want to go on this ride one more time? You never know. Like, not that that's the goal, but you never know. Like, it doesn't hurt me to lend a hand. And I can only imagine like these low-paying service roles, like at an amusement park, like having someone pick up just a few extra pieces of trash or push in a few extra chairs or help hand out a few pins or whatever it is, like that can go a long way for someone that's making like minimum wage, So that's kind of, anyway. So yeah, the price is so low compared to what an experience like this would be at like a Disney park. It's so low. I just don't understand how anyone could have boo to say about anything. Like they could have said, all right, it's $90. We're going to give you exclusive ride time on one ride and everyone has to share a Lunchable. For every 2 people, you get to share one Lunchable. $90. Even at Disney, that would be like a couple $100. So it's like, why would anyone complain? Anyone complain about this? So it's crazy to me. Anyway, so yeah, Saturday, try to make some friends, do what I gotta do. And if not, I'll just, if that event's an awkward Annie event, that meetup with that YouTuber, then I'll go back into the park, I'll have some fun, go hang out on the beach, ride some water rides, like my original plan was, and call it a day. And then maybe I'll have some time to diamond paint Saturday night. And then Sunday, once again, I have access to the park again, but my flight leaves at like 9, I think, 9 p.m. So I'll probably film my vlog in the park that day. Maybe ride some of the flat rides where I'm allowed to, I can go load everything into the car, just bring my camera, I'll have to shuttle stuff back and forth from the car, but that's fine. Do my vlog. Someone told me that there's a guy that works there. He works in one of the gift shops or something towards the back of the park, and he's worked there for ages, and I guess it's confirmed he'll be there again this season. And he's like the park historian, so he knows all the history. They're like, go talk to him. You'll learn all about the park. And the history and stuff, and you should be able to film him. I was like, that'll be cool. So learn a little bit about the park history. I do plan on doing a beach walk with you all, going around Cedar Point. That'll probably be Sunday morning. So Sunday's going to be all my vlogging stuff. Leave the park, most likely go to the Cleveland Museum of Art because it'll be open on that Sunday, and then I go home. So that's kind of the whole shish kebab. Where are we going? We can't go that way, it's a dead end. So yeah, that's the start and end of it. And yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm over the moon. I'm top thrill, too. Um, I'm really excited. It's going to be an absolute blast. Um, so, so yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think, like I said, I initially went into this like, oh, everyone's going to be as excited and thrilled to be there, and I'm sure maybe people's moods will change once they're actually there and riding the rides and having a good time. But I'm a little soured on the like coaster community aspect of it all, and the potential of meeting some folks just based on the attitudes that that I've been seeing from a lot of these folks on social media. I'm like, you're going to a theme park, getting fed dinner, getting put on a cruise, and you can't help but find something to complain about. It's just like, ugh. So I've just been imagining like I'm going to be standing in line with these people that are going to be like, oh, last year this line was 18 minutes and we're coming up on 18 minutes 15 seconds. This is unacceptable. Like I just I don't want that. But I will have to just walk. If I do start hearing stuff like that, I'm going to need to try to gravitate towards the people that are having a good time like I am. And if I can't find those people, then I'm just going to have to make my own fun and kind of tune that out and maybe focus on interacting with the hosts and the staff and just, once again, make sure that everybody that's there hosting and, you know, spending their time and putting all the effort into this know how thankful I am of having the opportunity to do this. So that's kind of the game plan there. But yeah, so that's Coaster Mania. Come on, little Peabody. Come on, little Peabody. Oh my goodness, my legs are shot. Let's quickly talk about diamond painting. We're coming up on the house. We've done 4.24 miles so far, and we've burned about 600 calories. Woohoo! So we'll quickly talk about diamond painting on the Diamond Painting channel. Why not? So as far as whips go, I am currently working on my custom of Apollo from Jaded Gem Shop. I've gotten another couple sections done on that. And then but I've been more actively working on Summer by Alphonse Mucha in Diamond Painting Shop. At the time of filming this, I should be able to finish that by the end of the week if I spend some more time diamond painting during my long weekend. So that should be done by the end of the week, if not early next week. I plan over the weekend on putting together a script for my Summer with the Masters first video, which is going to be a deep dive into the life of times of Alphonse Mucha, as well as his relationship with Sarah Bernhardt. So I'm going to actually write a script for this one rather than just shooting from my hip. That way it's a little bit more concise. I can make sure I include all the details, and it'll be my first foray into trying to be a little bit more professional with my historical dives into artists and stuff. So I'm going to write the script for that and film it, ideally while I'm working on Summer, because or I could be kitting up another Mucha. I've got one or two more. So that'll be done. Then I'll just have to tack on an outro to it saying, hey, here's the giveaways that we're doing for this week or this round, which will only take a couple minutes. So that's my plan there, is to have that first Summer with the Masters video done and filmed by the end of the week. Then, so that's my summer. That should be done. I'll do a finish and review of that, and that'll be good to go. And once that's done, I will most likely grab Lotus with koi fish, because I have that a little bit started, and work on that. And if I decide to bring a diamond painting to Cedar Point, I'll probably bring that one, because it's small enough to toss in a checked bag. So I'll have that. And then what else? I've got Stella by Diamond Painting Shop and Hannah over at Iterations Crafts. That one has just a little bit more than one section done. I don't think I'll be touching that anytime soon. And then I also have Harbor Lights by Dominic Davidson in Diamond Painting Shop. Don't kill me here. Don't kill me here. But I don't think I'm going to finish that one. The creases that are in that canvas, which keep in mind are not really the fault of Diamond Painting Shop in total. I was sent that kit free for an unboxing, and I did the unboxing, and then I left it in its box for over a year. In that time, the box had kind of collapsed because it's so big, and so it had all these other diamond paintings on top of it, kind of pressing it down, kind of ironing it flat for a long time. It's been manhandled pretty badly, and so I went to go grab it because I ran out of a color. And so I was gonna grab that canvas and quickly open it and check which color I was missing because I had forgotten the DMC, and let Rosa over at Diamond Painting Shop know. So either she could send me a replacement or tell me to go buy replacements on my own, which is fine because it was free. But I unrolled it and just took a really good look at not only the half that I've already completed, but the other half I have left to finish. And still, even now, after it being rolled out and open and me working on it for a few months, the creases are still just as intense as they were. And I know now that I've already diamond painted over a lot of those that I'm not going to be able to get it to lay completely flat. It's something I should have started working on shortly after I received it, or just taken better care of it. But it's like a 90 something by 120 something. It's just big. It's unwieldy. Not that you can't work on canvases that size, but you just have to be a little bit more cognizant about not crunching and folding and crumbling them. So I kind of messed that up too. And so I just kind of have lost motivation to work on it because I know that it's not something I'll probably want to hang up. And honestly, I don't know where I'd hang something that big up right now. So I am going to kit that down, save the drills that I have left in my spare storage, and just end that project. And it's of no fault of Diamond Painting Shop. That canvas looked gorgeous when I received it. You can go back to that unboxing to check. Looked great. It's just, I left it for too long and I didn't store it properly. And so, yeah, that's that. So it's a waste. It is a beautiful canvas, and it's actually been working up fantastically well. But I'm just trying to look into the future of then what? Then what do I do once it's done? And I don't know that I would even keep it. So, yeah, I'm gonna kit that down and be done with that project. So this will probably be the last time you hear of that one. And I'm gonna take a close look at Sunday Cottage British, which is the other one I received from Diamond Painting Shop, and it's of a similar size, and I believe it's in a similar state as far as how it's been stored. And I moved with it. They've just been beat up. They've just been beat up pretty good. So I'm going to take a look at that other one. If it looks like it's in decent shape, then I might immediately kit that up and get going on it, because I do want to finish one of those big old Diamond Painting Shop kits. I do want to finish one, but I also want it to be one that is going to look good when it's all done, and it's going to be something that I will want to display at some point. So don't hate me. It's wasteful, I know, but it's going to be wasteful and I save myself another 3 or 4 months of time working on it, or it's going to be wasteful and I spend that time and then I still get rid of it. You know what I mean? So at this point, the outcome is going to be the same. It's just, do I spend an extra, however many 100 hours to get to that same eventuality. And I value my time more than to do that. So that's that. And I think that's it for whips. I've got muted sound, kitted up, not started. I've got inner garden, kitted up, not started. And I've got sunset crossing, kitted up, not started. I may start working on sunset crossing. I don't know. That's kind of a rainy day kit. I'm not sure what the future holds. I'm just going to keep working on what I'm working on. And then once Summer with the Masters starts, I'll be working on Medi by Alphonse Mucha. Yeah. I'll be working on my cross-stitch conversion again here and there. And I may be also bringing out All Is Vanity from, I forget the artist's name, but that's from Jaded Gem Shop. And we'll see kind of where life takes me after that. We'll see. What else? I think that's it. I really do think that's about it. As far as purchases go, I forgot to tell you on the last vlog that I purchased a kit from the Creativity Squirrel, which there'll also be some exciting news coming up related to that shop here soon. I bought something from the Creativity Squirrel. It's their first Iterations Crafts kit. And to be completely honest, it's already here. It's already at my house. It got here super fast. That's a little baby bunny. Look at how quick he is. It's a little baby. Come on. To be completely honest, I don't even remember what the image is. Or the name of it. I just know that it looked awesome. It's from one of my favorite artists and one of my favorite shops, new shops. And so Bex over at the Creativity Squirrel, she messaged me on Instagram and she's like, we just got our Iterations Crafts kits in. Did you want me to earmark one for you? And I was like, yeah. And so I just pretty much bought it sight. I mean, I looked at the image, obviously. It looked really good, but I didn't take a close look. I kind of just was like, I know I'm going to like this. I love the artist. I love the shop. The quality is great. Click, click, buy. So I just wanted to buy something from that shop to support her and show some love. And that's already here. So I'll be doing an unboxing of that. But that's the only thing I've purchased, diamond painting wise, in a minute. I got Medi from Jaded Gem Shop too, but I requested her to put that one into production. So yeah, that's it. Today, like I said, it's Wednesday at the time of filming this. I haven't talked to Jade about a live this coming Friday. I'd like to do one. I think I have the flexibility to do that this week. So I'll have to message her and see if she's willing or if she's free to do one. And so we may go live on her channel this coming Friday. Otherwise, well, I guess this would be the last one of the event. Or no, we'd have one more after this. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm coming up on the house here, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Thanks so much for coming along and going on this hike with me. I hope you like the views. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of this content. We did 4.71 miles. So yeah, otherwise, happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye. Bye. You don't have any pee left. Come here. Come say bye. Come here. Excuse me. Hello? Hello? Apollo? Up. Good boy. Okay, bye.